tired of being tired? You're not alone, and you're not broken. Most of us were taught a version of rest that doesn't work in real life. Today, I'm breaking down 8 myths that keep you exhausted and showing you the kind of rest Jesus actually offers. Today, I had to remind myself that rest is not a place. Rest is a person, Jesus. It's so easy for me to stay trapped in exhaustion when I'm reaching for rest like it's a moment I have to find or a condition I have to create. But when my mind settled on the truth that rest is Jesus himself, rest became accessible again, right here in this season, with this level of responsibility. Because the truth is, in this season of raising littles, caring for my family, nurturing my marriage, pouring into ministry, I need more than a moment to rest. I need rest that meets me in the middle of the noise, the responsibilities, the interruptions, the moments where I feel stretched thin. I need rest that doesn't depend on silence or space. I need rest that moves with me and breathes with me. I need rest that holds me together when I feel undone. So today, I'm choosing to anchor myself in this truth. Rest is not a destination I escape to. It's a person I return to, Jesus, who sees me and knows me better than I know myself. Most of us aren't physically tired. We're tired in our souls. And the reason rest feels impossible isn't because we're failing. It's because we're believing myths about rest that Jesus never taught. Let's break down 8 myths that keeps you exhausted and discover the kind of rest Jesus actually offers. Myth number 1. Rest is something I earn. We think rest comes after everything is done, after the house is clean, after the inbox is empty, after the kids are settled, after the season slows down. But Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11, verse 28. Jesus offers rest before everything is finished. Rest is received, not earned. Myth number 2. Rest requires a quiet home or a quiet season. We imagine rest as silence, empty calendars, long mornings, no interruptions. But Jesus calls us to rest right in the middle of life. Mark 6:31 says, "Come aside and rest a while." And when you look at Mark chapter 6, you see it clearly. The disciples' lives are overflowing. People are coming and going so constantly that scripture says they don't even have time to eat. Rest wasn't waiting for them in a quiet home or space. Rest was offered to them in the chaos. Because rest is not just the absence of noise. Rest is the presence of Jesus. Myth number 3. Rest is selfish. Sometimes I'm tempted to quietly believe everyone needs me. I can't slow down. And if I rest, something will fall apart. But God commands rest because he knows our limits. He says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." Exodus 20, verse 8. Rest is not selfish. Rest is holy and it's our duty. And the truth is, we serve our families and communities far better when we honor the rest God built into our design. Myth number 4. Rest is for people with easier lives. Sometimes I look at someone else's life and I quietly think they can slow down because they have something I don't. But Psalm 23, 2-3 says, He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. God restores the soul of every sheep, not just the ones in peaceful seasons, but even the ones walking through hard valleys. Rest isn't for people with easier lives. Rest is for people with real lives. People like you and me. Myth number 5. Rest means doing nothing. We often imagine rest as stopping everything, doing nothing, producing nothing, accomplishing nothing. But biblical rest is not inactivity. Biblical rest is moving slower, breathing deeper, releasing pressure, letting God carry what you cannot, doing the same life with a different heart posture, a posture of trust and surrender. Isaiah 30 verse 15 says, In returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Rest is a way of being and not a break from the life that you're living. Myth number 6. Rest is a luxury. Culture treats rest like a spa day, and there is a place for that. But Scripture treats rest as a command and a gift. Genesis 2 verse 2 says, And he rested on the seventh day from all his work. Rest is a part of creation's design. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Myth number 7. Rest will happen naturally when life calms down. Life rarely calms down on its own. Seasons shift, but responsibilities remain. Hebrews 4 verse 9 says, There remains therefore a rest for the people of God. Rest is something we enter intentionally, not something we stumble into. Myth number 8. God only meets me when I'm still. God meets you in the middle of life, not just in the quiet moments. He's there in the dishes, the carpool, the laundry, in the noise, in the overwhelming moments. He's right there. Psalm 46 verse 1 says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. So you see, you're not failing. You simply weren't taught how to rest. As you go through your day today, choose one myth and take one small step that lives the truth Jesus offers instead. Because the rested you will live a slower, more present, deeply peaceful life. Let's take a moment to pause. Drop your shoulders. Soften your jaw. Let your breath slow. Our scripture pause for today is Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Our breath prayer. Jesus, I come to you. You are my rest. And our promise to claim, I am receiving rest that doesn't depend on my circumstances. I am not behind, I am being led. I am receiving rest that doesn't depend on my circumstances. I'm not behind, I am being led. This is the Unhurried Way, a rhythm of intentional living, where your heart, your mind, and even your body learn to move at a pace of grace. It's a posture, a way of being, shaped not by hurry but by abiding in the presence of God. A way of living where even in the busiest seasons, you can remain guided, grounded, and deeply satisfied in God, because impact does not require hurry.